So Herping Alabama had the idea for a little project. All these little park benches throughout this nature trail were getting pretty nasty. And I know you can just flip these deck boards over. I thought about doing that for them, but I thought, why not just go ahead and put new deck boards on the top? Well, that's what his idea was. So he's taking off all the old deck boards. The good thing about this is these benches, whoever built them was smart, because every board's 8 foot, so it makes it easy. So we simply unpile 8 foot deck boards. We got our screws. Remember this thing I showed you? It came in it came in the mail. Because people send stuff and say, hey, you want to show this on your channel? And I say, okay, I'll show it on my channel. That's what I'm doing. All right, well, number 3. It's only taken about, if we had everything right there in our hands, which we do, but you can't drive any further.
You missed on both.
I missed? Oh, man. So I missed. We were on 1, 2, and the third one is over there. Where did I miss? Oops, we gotta get those out. 3 done. Now I gotta find out where. Herping Alabama. That's YouTube. And I forgot his I forgot his Facebook name. Oh my goodness. He's gonna kill me. We're on Birds of Prey entrance. Not Birds of that Prey, because if you remember your Sunday school lesson, which I just forgot. Check it out. This is I forgot its name or where it went. Oh, there it is. Hey, what is this one's name? What's this name? Cinnamon. That's Cinnamon. Can I pet that dog? No dogs, please. This one here. Okay, not even the birds of the air do they sow or reap. It just popped in my head finally. Do they sow or... Goodness gracious, how did I forget? Anyway. The only situation right here is poison ivy everywhere. And I think eventually we're going to put a little walkway to go from here to there. May not be necessary, but we may do it anyway. What's this owl's name? Does it have a name? I asked it a few minutes ago. I said, what's your name? And all it did was look at me and say, who? And I said, I'm talking to you. Oh, let's see if the GoPro fits in there. And it said, who? And I said, you. They're so cool. This is a barred owl. That's what it looks like without the top on. The bases are actually okay. And these 3, which are off the trail, are actually doing better than most of them because nobody jumps down here and sits on them. We're gonna go that way next. Okay, number 4. Who are you looking at? So the next one is further in the woods. Yeah, there's 3 more. They're right over here. So not a big deal when you got him to run back and get boards for you while I pop all these things off the top. So let me show you what it looks like before. I don't think I've even shown you. That's what it looked like before. They're not horrible, but nobody wants to sit on that. Kids don't care, but the mammies and the pappies, they care. Okay, so we got a problem. I can't find these screws anywhere. And when you do get in there and find them, it eats the top off. So I brought drill bits because I'm going to drill them out. And I'm going to go up there now and start that one when he gets back with more wood. It's cooling off. It's only like 87. So it's a little bit better. This one's next. I'm hoping I can see all the screws. I can a little bit more. All right. That is number, whatever it was, and I dropped all the screws. This is how when you go metal detecting around park benches and all that, you find so many screws because people like me dropped them all. So now the last one, what's in this cage? Nothing. Bird of Prey is the name of this trail, not birds. This is a bird of prey. I'm really burning up now. Man, we're 2 boards short, son. Oh, there you are. So what is that? That's a red-tailed hawk sitting on a limb. I can't get any closer without breaking the law, so I'm not going to. But there it is. It's got a little swimming pool. This is a neat little nature trail. It's got little facts throughout the trail. There's another barn, not another, that is a barn owl. They're actually beautiful. I remember sitting in a tree 120 years ago. You can't see it though. I remember sitting in a tree a long time ago, and I don't know if they're white, solid white when they're young, but an owl, it looked like he was about 1 foot tall, maybe taller. I was in a tree stand. It landed on a limb so close I could smell it. It smelled like Thanksgiving. I'm just kidding. It did not smell like Thanksgiving, but it was really close. So here's all our scrap screws. I'm a fanatic about keeping scrap screws. That's why when people get old like me and pass away, and dudes, and you go to their estate sale, they got buckets of nuts and bolts and screws, and they say, honey, I don't want to throw that away because I'm going to keep it and use it again someday, and I'm going to restore that old car in the front yard. And then we die and there's a bunch of crap left laying around. Everybody's got to figure out. So my goal is, about 2 years before I die, I'm going to, hey, there's the barred owl. I think, am I wrong? Yeah, that is it. That is it, the barred owl. There's some East Alabama Reptiles. That's the name of his channel. Facebook, East Alabama Reptiles. So anyway, about 2 years before I die, maybe a year, I might go with 6 months or so. I'm gonna give away everything I got. Everything I have. Paul, is it got or have? Everything I got or everything I have? I'm getting my steps in. It's called being alive. So 2 more boards. Everyone is gone. They've got a gate. I hope we don't get locked in. I mean, I guess we could get locked in. Worst comes to worst, we leave the truck here and walk to the front and call for help. Come back tomorrow. 2 more boards. Last 2 boards. If you have never ever been to the Anniston Museum of Natural History, I believe I have made a video of it as well as the Berman Museum. Fun fact, my grandmother was friends with Farley Berman Museum, and he lived around the corner from my grandmother. And I remember as a little kid, we'd go or drive by, I don't remember, we went to so many people's houses, and everybody to me back then was about 200 years old. Of course they weren't, in reality. They were probably 30s, 40s, 50s. But he had a couple of Rolls Royce cars in his driveway. What happened? Battery dead? I got it in my pocket. So Farley Berman, if I'm not mistaken, oh my goodness, this is the reason there's a Berman Museum, because I see there's 4 boards there. I finished that one, so the other ones are right around the corner. My left arm's about to fall off. These, we've only hauled 28 boards, but they're green. And you know, when you've ever built decks or anything, you know a green board. Okay, they're killing my left arm, holding this and the camera at the same time. Green boards are wet, and when you put a screw in them, everything squirts out. So hang on. It's getting dark. We're running out of light of day. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about with wet boards, Remember, GoPros don't focus. Okay, of course that one's dry. That one's dry. So we need to find the wet one. I know the crown rule. Everybody says put the crown down so when they bow, the water runs off. But if you seal a deck properly, I've built a bunch of decks. After a while, it just doesn't matter if the crown is up or down because they all end up in the same place. Let's see if the liquid squirts out of here. No. I know. I didn't put enough pressure on it. Let's see if this one squirts. Yeah, it got wet. You see it? See it? See it right there? See it right there? So that makes the board about twice as heavy as they should be. And I'm running out of battery power. I don't mean to sink them that far. I'm pretty much just doing that because it's on video, and that way I can get guidance. So there it is. That's it. The last one is a challenge. That one's pretty tight. Okay. The red-tailed hawk does not care for us doing this, so we're going to quietly pick up our gear and move on. Have I shown you the great horned owl? Well, I can't really that well because it's up in the dark. I had a professor in college and I was doing my master's degree, and it was advanced topics in biology, I believe it was. It may not have been that, but it was one of those classes. And he said owls competed with other birds of prey during the daytime, so they started hunting in the nighttime. So I don't know if he called on me and he like, what do you think of a lot? And I said, well, that makes sense. It's when they first started flying around at night, they crashed into trees, and that's why their faces are flat. And as they evolved, their eyesight got better, but their faces stayed the same. He didn't think that was funny, but I believe that the animals are the way that God created them, and they didn't compete and start hunting at different times, especially daylight and dark. I don't think so, but that's another topic another day. Last bench we're gonna do. But yeah, I actually finished my degree, both of them, so even with my oddball views. 1, 2, 3, 8. The last was 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 8 times 3. 24, the last 24 screws, and we're done. The thing is, I think there's more out there. So that's another day. So we did 7 benches. Oh, this is not our normal video, but hey, this is what we do. I want to pet that bud. So we're done. Thanks for watching our videos. Okay, I'm not done yet. It died? Yep. All right, the battery just died with like 10 screws left, so we got to go swap the battery one more time. You want to grab those 2 things right there? Those bad screws. And do we leave anything on the ground? Oh, maybe that one bad board right over there. Grab it and bring the battery off of that drill. What I didn't finish telling you about was the Burma Museum. It is absolutely loaded. What was last time I went? With guns. You know me, I like guns. I like old guns more than new guns. But there's all kind of stuff. There's stuff from all over the world. And then in the Anniston Museum of Natural History, it's full of about every animal you could think of. There might even be a water buffalo in there. I don't know. But I think I made a video in there too, so. Man, why you hate me? So anyway, we're absolutely 100% done. Good night. Cinnamon, go in peace. Thanks for watching our videos. I don't know what I'm doing. I just I accidentally turned the camera on. Thanks for watching our videos.